Well, I just got my first motorcycle. Well, it's not really a motorcycle, it's more of a scooter. It's a 2022 Honda Navi. And essentially, it's a really old school carbureted 109cc drum brake scooter that looks like a motorcycle. Hello everybody, welcome to Marty Motoring. It's really sunny today. I forgot my sunglasses because I was wearing my helmet, didn't even think about it. And today I want to talk about this Honda Navi. It's my first bike ever other than a mountain bike and a mini bike for a short period of time, if you remember that on the channel. It didn't ever really work. I never rode it on the street. Well, this is street legal. It has turn signals, it's registered, insured, and I can ride it on the street. And this is my first real experience with doing that. I never really had an interest in it before, but it's a really fun, inexpensive thrill. So the last few months I sold some other cars, and right now I'm driving a lease, and I have my Ford Ranger. And what better to go in the bed of the Ford Ranger if I want to travel than the Navi, or Navi. I don't actually know what it's called, but I'm gonna say Navi. So why did I get a scooter? I'm a big guy. Brother. I just wanted to learn. I wanted something fun to cruise around the neighborhood and just kind of learn the basics. I'm gonna be doing the motorcycle safety course here in Pennsylvania, learn how to do clutch and everything like that. I can drive a manual car, so I'm sure I can do a motorcycle. And I just wanted something basic just to kind of get on and go. And that's what's perfect about this. It's a really good entry point and very inexpensive new. So let me tell you how much I paid. So I bought this modified Honda Navi 2022 from someone I know for $2,000. This one is modified and it had low mileage and features some nice upgrades. I did have to buy helmet, gloves, get it insured, register it, get a tag and all that. So I'm probably around $2,300 into it. But it did come with some tasteful mods like LED turn signals, but I put the stock ones back on for better visibility since I'm a new rider. I just want people to see me. It does have the Vance and Hines performance exhaust. It's a $300 exhaust. So that is nice. I do have the stock one as well. It came with a lot of the stock parts. It came with a lower handlebar. I put the stock one back on just because I want that higher seating position since I'm taller. We got a phone mount that I put on. We have Vans grips. Pretty simple stuff. The previous owner painted this from the tan. I'm not sure what the tan was called, but he painted it gray, and then I put my sticker on it, and when I went to reposition it, it pulled some of the paint off. So as much as I like the gray, I actually ordered from Everett Power Sports a white set. I've always wanted a white bike to match my white Ranger and Ioniq, and I have a white helmet, so I just like white. It's very visible. People don't miss you, so that'll be nice. This also has an aftermarket intake and aftermarket shock. This is a seat cover from Cheeky Seats, and it looks like Recaro. It's just pretty much extra padding and just looks a lot nicer. Now, like I said earlier, this is a scooter, so it's not actually a real motorcycle. There's no gears. It's a CVT. You just twist the throttle and go. So overall, the Navi is a pretty cool little scooter. It does have drum brakes. It's very kind of old school. It's Honda's cheapest motorcycle, or mini moto as they call it. And it is $1,807. I think the price is raised now in 2024 a little bit, but it's their cheapest motorcycle because it's really not a motorcycle. It's a carbureted scooter. So, you know, if you're looking at like a Ruckus or something like that, this is actually even cheaper, and it's more CCs, being 109. Overall, it's a really good cruiser and a good place to start. Obviously, I want a real motorcycle at some point, but with my limited budget, I figured this is a fun way to start, especially with winter coming up. There's some nice days here and there, and I didn't want to buy a sports car. I don't really have money or time for that. This is easy, goes right in my garage. I can just hop on, cruise around the neighborhood, put it in my garage, and that's the end of it. I also have the Ford Ranger I'm working on, which should be done soon. This will fit in the bed perfectly. And then I have my daily. So now I have a little bit more variety while learning a new skill, which is riding a motorcycle. Well, I'm getting there. I'll learn the clutch soon. This is my first powered bike. You know, I've always had pedal bikes and mountain bikes, and even had a mountain biking accident a couple years ago that I still have the scar from that on my elbow and my hand. But this is like I'm taking it slow because I want to be safe and I want to learn. I want to do the safety course and learn it right. Might even wait till spring because it is getting a little bit chilly out here. You know, I got some very basic gloves on Amazon, and I'll have the link for these in the description below if you're looking to just start out with motorcycles and looking for some good gear. This stuff was cheap on Amazon. A Yema helmet. This is a modular helmet. Not the safest, but it is DOT approved. in something. So it's not Snell approved, it is DOT though. This is a fun little scooter, especially for a bigger guy like me. It holds my weight. It still goes like 40, 45 with me on it. So it's only good for some streets. Obviously you can't take this on the highway. If you're a lighter rider, you could probably get away with it. I got to work on that, maybe get down to 250 so I can enjoy this a little bit more. But yeah, I bought a bike just for something fun to cruise around on, and also just kind of have some back road therapy, because it is fall here in Pennsylvania and you just see all the leaves turning, and it's just nice to cruise. And this is just a whole different experience. No windshield, no 8-pillar. It's just you and the road. So I think my favorite feature about this scooter is the storage compartment. Now, a lot of people showcase this on their channels. I can fit, I think, 20 something cans in there. You can fit a pretty good amount. Like, it goes pretty far back, bigger than it looks. So that is actually pretty cool if you need storage while you're scooting around. The other thing would be how the seat removes. It's just interesting. Now, I haven't had a motorcycle before, maybe this is common practice, but there is a keyhole down here, and then the seat just pops off like that. In here we find our fuses and relay for the LED turn signals, battery, stuff like that. And I also have this auto registration insurance holder thing. It's just this cheap thing on Amazon. It's a book. You can put all your paperwork in there, Velcro shut. I'll link it below. It's just a nice way to organize all your stuff, especially with riding. Like, if I do get pulled over, I do have to take the seat off. That's the annoying part, but it is a little bit more accessible storage rather than going down there in the compartment. Now, I do only have my permit. I don't have my license yet. I will get that once I do the course. I am happy to say that I wore the backpack with all the supplies and rode here. So everything I'm using right now, I came here with, which is a new experience for me. I'm used to having a trunk or, throwing stuff in. My tripod wouldn't fit in the Navi compartment, and I didn't want to put my camera in there to bounce around. So I used my backpack, which I think was a better move. It is annoying to wear, but again, this is more of a cruiser, not so much for storage, but I wanted to make this video in this location because it's just quiet and super nice. All right, so we'll start this thing up and you can kind of get a sense for how it sounds with this exhaust. The kickstand has to be up. You got to hold the brake, and then you have an electric start, but it also has a kick start. So let's do the electric start. So as soon, you can see as soon as I twist that, it wants to go because it's a CVT. Now, if I hold it in place, maybe it'll do a burnout, but I'm not going to try to do that. So let's turn it off here. It does have a kickstart right here, and it does have a center stand like most scooters. It will start up this way. So if we do this, there you go. You can see the back wheel spinning. You can see an idle. The idle is a little low, so that's something I will have to fix. But it still runs fine for now. And the colder weather and the air fuel mixtures doesn't really help the case. So this is where stuff went wrong. This was probably the 5th ride that I did on the Navi, and this is about 3 weeks ago from the date of this video that I recorded this, so I just wanted to get it out there. But the Navi essentially died on me. It would not restart, kickstart, the battery eventually died, and I had to get somebody to come pick me up and transport it. Super annoying, especially when I'm recording a video about it, but leave it to me to have fueling issues. Anyway, it's at my shop now, and I've dived in a little bit. I've replaced a spark plug, and it still dies on throttle. So next is going to be to rejet the carb because of the modified intake and exhaust. I believe that is causing a wrong air and fuel ratio. So I'm going to have to diagnose it further. But the good news is the white panels did come in. So I popped those on in the meantime, and they look great. So this will be a little bit of a winter project, but I'm excited to make another video on it. And LastFit has sent us some bulbs for the headlight, which should be nice white LED lighting. And the bike looks totally different with the white panels. So definitely stay tuned if you want to see more on the Navi. Comment below. Maybe you've had this issue before, and keep those wheels turning. So long, farewell.